Here in this case what they have done, dear students, one thing more, whenever you solve these questions, always have the habit of drawing diagram. The more you are friendly and good in drawing diagrams, the more you will understand geometry. Don't get bored of drawing diagrams. See, this is your x, this is your y, this is your z. Fine, and you are supposed to find x, y, and z. So here they have given PO is perpendicular to AB. This is given. Also they have given x is to y is to z is equal to 1 is to 3 is to 5. To find x, y, z. See my dear students, here basically when they have given you PO is perpendicular to AB, then you can straight say since PO is perpendicular to AB, therefore angle POA is equal to 90 degree. This is given to you. See, these things are very important, my dear students. This is very important. You have to write this angle POA is equal to 90 degree. Actually, you can take anything. POB is 90 degree, POA is 90 degree, because it is perpendicular to all the four angles formed over here are going to be 90 degree. The meaning of perpendicular is that. Now this is 90 degree, and now they have given you x is to y is to z is equal to 1 is to 3 is to 5. Let the common multiple be. Now here you should take some other alphabet. X is there already. You can't take x again. It will create confusion. Usually common multiple can definitely be x, but if supposing it would have been a, b, c, then you can take x. But now x is already used somewhere, so you can't take again one more x for some other identity. So let the common multiple be k, therefore x will be equal to 1k degree, y will be equal to 3k degree, and z will be equal to 5k degree. So this is done. So now you know here you are going to use adjacent angle property, because these are adjacent angles. This, and continuity are going to be angle POA. So that will be the equation over here. Now this is one thing that you have done. See here, you proved POA is 90 degree. Then here you got the values of x, y, and z. That's why you leave a line over here. So here also it's better to leave a line, because your topic is changing now. You are using the property of adjacent angles. For that you will write angle AOR plus angle ROQ. Are you getting? AOR ROQ, angle ROQ plus angle QOP. This angle QOP is going to this complete angle. What is this complete angle? AOP. Angle AOP can write or POA. Here the reason will be adjacent angles property. Fine. So here you have got angle AOR is basically here Z plus Y plus X is equal to POA is equal to 90 degree. Fine. This is from 1. But X is what? 1k degree. Z is what? 5k degrees. Therefore 9k is equal to 90, therefore k is equal to 90 upon 9, therefore k is equal to 10. You got the value of k is equal to 10, then x is equal to 1k is equal to 1 into 10 is equal to 10 degree, y is equal to 3k, that is equal to 3 into 10 is equal to 30 degree. Z is equal to 5k degree, that is equal to 5 into 10 is equal to. This you have got the values of x, y, z. Okay, fine, dear students. So now we can go to the next question that we have solved on the other day. For our practice case, this is second question, and for that what is being done is that, see, in the second question what is happening, they have given you this. Basically here they have given you, this is the angle. Ray OE bisects angle AOB. This is angle AOB. This is ray OE bisects this angle. Fine. And ray OF is opposite to ray OE, means they basically are going to be a straight line. Show angle FOB is congruent to angle FOA. So here what happens, my dear students, first of all, these two angles are going to be congruent because that is a property of angle bisector. Whenever an angle is bisected by any ray, that means this angle, this one part and this two part, this basically these two parts are going to be congruent to each other. So what is given? Ray OE bisects angle AOB. This is given because OE is bisecting angle AOB. Bisecting means it is going to cut this into two equal angles. Therefore, angle AOE is congruent to angle BOE. This is because of angle bisector property. Whenever angle is bisected, means the bisector will divide the angle into two congruent angles. So this is angle bisector property. Therefore, this is what we are getting. Fine. Now this is one question is over. And now we have to take OE. Basically, we are going to form angles in linear pair. One for angles in linear pair will be formed over here, and the other angles in linear pair will be formed over here. But angles in linear pair are formed only when they are straight line. When they are talking about OE as a ray and OF as a ray, then we have to show that they are a straight line. So it is good that you bring it to notice that since OE and OF are opposite rays, therefore FE is a straight line. Therefore, angle FOB plus angle BOE is equal to 180 degree. Similarly, down FOA, AOE is also going to be equal to 180 degree. And this you will write angles in linear pair are supplementary. This is 2, this is 3. From 2 and 3. Remember, my dear student, this is one technique that you should know. When you apply angles in linear pair in one point, you will get one equation. Apply angles in linear pair in another point, you will get another equation. From these two equations, a third equation is getting generated because these both are 180 degree. So this all will be congruent. Angle FOB plus angle BOE will be congruent to angle FOA plus angle AOE. This you are getting from 4, 2 and 3. This is 180, this is, both are equal, therefore these both sides are going to be equal. These two sides are equal, then these two sides are going to be equal to each other. Fine. So here we get AOE, AOE is congruent to BOE. We can bring them together. Angle FOB plus angle BOE minus angle AOE is equal to angle FOB. This will get cancelled from 1. Therefore, angle FOB is congruent to angle FOB. See, my dear students, each and everything over here, the reasons that are written and everything is very, very, very important. Don't ignore anything because it is geometry. You have to present everything properly. Presentation of geometry is very important. That will give you marks and that will actually coordinate what is going in your brain. Okay, let's go proceed with our exercise 6.1, question number 4. See here what is happening in question number 4. In figure 6.6, if x plus y is equal to w plus z, then prove that AOB is a straight line. This we have to prove. Acha. X plus y is equal to w plus z. Okay, here what will happen is that x plus y is equal to w plus z. Fine. See, basically, if I give it a thought, my dear students, I myself am now reading this question now only, and then I am trying to do this question. So you can think about what I am thinking. I am just trying to show you what I am thinking. See, the only thing is that this x here, 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 it is going to give a complete rotation. That's why angle x plus angle y plus angle z plus angle w is going to be equal to 360 degree, because that is a complete rotation. So this is 360 degree they have told. Okay, therefore x plus y plus z. Okay, fine. See, my dear students, what happens here is that, see, we have to understand now how we have to go in the reverse fashion. See, if lines are straight, A, O, B, C, it is given AOC is a straight line. If this is there, I told you every property has a condition. For angles in linear pair, the lines have to be straight. They have to be straight. Only then you will get that angle AOB plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree. Why? Because it is a straight line since they are angles in linear pair. Therefore, the addition of this will be equal to 180 degree. This is the angles in linear pair. By property of angles in linear pair, angle AOB plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree. As I told you, angles in linear pair are supplementary. The property is this. Angles in linear pair are supplementary. The property is this. But why this property is holding? Because it is a straight line. Try to understand, this is the reason. Because of this is happening. On the contrary, if I do like this, I don't know whether it is a straight line or not. This is P, this is Q, this is R. But if I get that this is supposing 120 degree, this is supposing 60 degree. So I can see angle POQ is equal to 120 degree. This is given to me. Angle QOR is equal to 60 degree. If I add the two angles, angle POQ plus angle QOR, if I add the two angles, what I am adding the measures, 120 plus 60 angle POQ plus angle QOR is equal to 180 degree. I am getting this that angle POQ plus angle QR is equal to 180 degree. I am getting this. Now because they are 180 degree, because their measures are 180 degree by measurement, therefore POR has to be a straight line. It is the reverse of angles in linear pair. Because these two adjacent angles are supplementary, means they are adding up to become 180 degree. That means this has to be a straight line. It is exactly reverse. Here, because it is a straight line, they are going to add up to 180 degree. Here, because they are going to add up to 180 degree, therefore it is a straight line. Converse, it is called as converse of angles in linear pair property. By angles in linear pair, when they are supplementary, and when two adjacent angles are supplementary, they have to be angles in linear pair. Exactly ulta. Here straight line is given, because it is a straight line, they are angles in linear pair. Here, because they are angles in linear pair, that's why they are straight line. This is what we are going to use in question number 4. We have to show that x plus y is equal to 180 degree, or w plus z is equal to 180 degree. The moment they are 180 degree, we can tell that they are angles in linear pair, or therefore that's why there is a straight line. See if you are understanding this. Any problem, then you will have to watch the conversation again. See here, in this case what they have done, this is a straight line, this is 1 and this is 1, fine. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is O, this is W, this is Z, this is X, this is Y. Fine. Now see, when I start from here itself, when I am starting from here, I am taking a complete circle. Whenever I start and I take a complete circle, that means this measure I have taken is 360 degree. When I start from here, I go up to here, then it is something else. When I start from here, I go up to here, it is 90 degree. When I start from here, I go from here, I have crossed 90 degree, it can be any obtuse angle. When I start from here and I reach up to here, a straight line, that means I have reached 180 degree. When I go still further, that means I have crossed 180 degree. Then I come here, exactly opposite of this, that means I have reached 270 degree. This is 90 degree, this is 180 degree. This I have reached 270 degree, and from here I am gone more than 270 degree. When I reach back over here, that means I have reached 360 degree. This is that you have to know. This is called angular measure of a circle. You have done a complete circle. So here you will tell x plus y, this is here x plus y, we are not overlapping anywhere, plus z plus w is equal to 360 degree. This is basically angular measure of complete circle. When you complete a circle, the angular measure is 360 degree. Now, but here, I forgot. Sorry, I did not write. Given they have given you x plus y is equal to w plus z. To prove AOB is a line, it means a straight line. See here now. Here x plus y is equal to w plus z. These both are congruent. So here I will do x plus y plus w plus z is equal to 360 degree. I am just showing that I am pairing them. Therefore, I can write x plus y plus, in place of w plus z, I can write x plus y again, because they both are same. Since x plus y is equal to w plus z is given. This is given. They are congruent. Therefore, in place of w plus z, I can write x plus y. If you want, in place of x plus y, you will write w plus z. Whatever you feel you are comfortable, you can do. But you will be getting either 2x plus y or you will be getting 2w plus z. So x plus y will be 2x plus y is equal to 360 degree. If you have any confusion in this step, see, we know in variables what is happening. X plus x is equal to 2x. Fine. This is coefficient 1, 1 plus 1, 2x. X square plus x square. When you are adding them, 1x square plus 1x square will be 2x square. Xy plus xy. 1xy plus 1xy will be 2xy. Every time the variable will be copied as it is. You will not make any change to the variable. It is copied as it is. Only the coefficient will operate. Similarly, x plus y plus x plus y. Coefficient is 1, coefficient is 1. The coefficient will operate 2 and the variable x plus y will be copied as it is. This is how it is happening. So this is 2x plus y. Therefore x plus y, now I shift the variable coefficient 2 on the other side. 360 upon 2. So I get x plus y is equal to 180 degrees. See, I have got it is equal to 180 degrees. I have got by other method. But since x plus y are adjacent angles, x and y are adjacent angles and they are supplementary to each other. X and y are adjacent angles and they are supplementary to each other. They are adjacent angles. Definitely they are adjacent angles. And you have proved that they are supplementary to each other. Therefore, x and y are angles in linear pair. They are going to form a angles in linear pair because they are adjacent angles which are supplementary to each other. Therefore, they are angles in linear pair. Therefore, AOB is a line because angles in linear pair are formed only when the line is a straight line. Okay, my dear students, so with this we have completed question number 4. Now we can go forward to question number 5. In question number 5, they are asking us to see this figure is given to us in figure this one. POQ is a line, ray OR is perpendicular to line PQ. OS is another ray lying between rays OP and OR. Prove. See whatever you have to prove. This is another technique, my dear students, when we have to solve questions that are based on to prove something is equal to something. Okay, let us first understand the question what is given to us. And what is given to us, if I have to understand that, drawing diagrams is very important. Don't get bored of drawing diagrams. If you need to draw them 10 times, draw them 10 times while drawing the solution. The more you understand the diagrams, the more you will be able to solve problems. Now here they are telling POQ is a line. So this is a line. The moment this is a line means you are free to apply angles in linear equations, a supplementary wala property. OS is another ray. OR is perpendicular to line PQ. OR is perpendicular to line PQ. This is given. OS is another ray between rays OP and OR. Okay, fine. So only thing that is given to you is POQ is a line. And OR is perpendicular to PQ. This is important. Okay, fine. Now what happens is to prove angle ROS is equal to half of angle QoS. See my dear students, here you have to develop a skill, and this you have to remember what I am telling. Don't get bothered about this. If you will go to continuously track this QoS and POS and go to manipulate things and all, that will be very difficult and it will not be possible also. You will be able to remember few questions, but that is not the right way or not the right method. Method in the sense right approach towards the question. What you have to do, you have to first try to understand the left hand side, whichever is the shorter one. Whichever is the shorter, here only one term is there. Always frame one side first. Now when I say always frame one side first, what does that mean? Means you know by now, you know the vertically opposite angles, property of vertically opposite angles, you know the property of adjacent angles, you know the properties of linear pair of angles. Fine, these many properties you know. So using these property, any of these property, can you find then expression for angle ROS? That we have to think. See now, if I consider this angle ROS, then angle ROS, actually I can consider now this in two ways. I have got angle ROS in two ways. See, I'll try to show you both the ways. See my dear student, this is what I am telling you. You should have the patience to draw figures, how many ever time they are needed to be drawn, so that you understand the question in all possible ways. This is very important. Don't get tired of drawing diagrams. Only when you will draw diagrams, you will be able to understand question nicely. This is what I am trying to explain you. P, Q, O, R, S. Why I am drawing two times? See, when I consider angle ROS, if I want to have an expression for angle ROS, see, this is the dotted figure. This is angle ROS. I can say angle ROS, if I take the care of angle ROS, the angle ROS and angle SOP, this and this will form angles, adjacent angles. Angle ROS plus angle SOP is equal to, I will get angle ROP, which is 90 degree, but it's okay, angle ROP. I will immediately not go to 90 degree. Okay, fine. Are you getting my point? From here I will get, see, my dear students, when I say that I want to find an expression for angle ROS, what do I mean? See this, angle ROS, using this over here, what do I get? Angle ROS plus angle SOP is equal to angle ROP. Right, this you will get. So I want an expression for angle ROS. So I will shift this on the other side. I will get angle ROS is equal to angle ROP minus angle SOP. This is, I am telling that I have got an expression for angle ROS. This is an expression for angle ROS. This is what I mean to say. Whenever you have to find an expression for any terminology, it can be an angle, it can be a segment, any terminology, then you will have to form an expression for that. For that you will have to undergo some or the other property, like I have used over here adjacent angle property. With the adjacent angle property, I got angle ROS is involved in angle adjacent angle property. Angle ROS is involved in adjacent angle property. From that application of that property, I am getting an equation. This is the whole equation. But in this equation, angle ROS is there. But I want an expression for angle ROS not an equation in which angle ROS is involved. So I will first get the equation in which angle ROS is involved, and then from that equation I will get an expression for angle ROS by just rearranging the terms, shifting the terms from here to there. Are you getting, my dear students? See why I drew the two diagrams. Here also I am getting one equation, and if I consider this angle ROS and adjacent angle ROQ, right? Here what I will get, angle ROS plus angle ROQ is equal to angle which one now? ROS or SOR plus angle ROQ is equal to angle SOQ. This is again adjacent angle property only I am using. Fine. So this is the equation that I have got. From here I will get angle ROS is equal to angle SOQ minus angle ROQ. This is what I will get. I think, are you getting my point? I'm just seeing something else, my dear students. See here, that means what I mean to say is that I can get from the two different form of the same diagram, I will get two equations for ROS. It is possible. You can take any one at a given time. You can take any one and you can proceed. This question now I am seeing, you can solve it in another more than two methods. Now what is there? Are you getting this much? First you have to understand that when you are given any question to solve, to prove, always concentrate on the left, on one side, which is the shortest. Shortest in the sense this has got two terms, this has got only one term. Sometimes this also will have two terms, sometimes this also will have two terms. Then you concentrate on any one side, any one side. See whose expressions you will be able to get easily. That side you should focus on. So here I can get ROS very easily, and to get an expression for angle ROS, ROS is involved in two types of adjacent angles. One, ROS plus SOP is equal to ROP. If I go towards the right hand side, angle SOR plus angle ROQ is equal to SOQ. Are you getting? Any one you can take. But now immediately what happens, see this 2. If I take this 2 over here, what will be that? 2 angle ROS is equal to angle QOS plus angle POS. 2 angle ROS. And if I bring this 2 over here, it will become 2 angle ROS is equal to angle QOS plus minus angle POS. This I have to prove. Forget about that. On right hand side, what we are going to get, let us think about that afterwards. First, we should frame over here. So here I will be getting 2 angle ROS. So when I know that I am getting two equations, so I better get these two equations, 1 and equation 2, and I will add these two equations. When I add the two equations, left hand side of this equation, left hand side of this equation, they will add up. So this I will get angle ROS plus angle ROS in the left hand side, and this also will add up. Angle ROP minus angle SOP plus angle SOQ. I will do in fair, don't worry about that. Angle RO. Are you getting? This left hand side plus this left hand side is coming over here. Left hand side, whole left hand side, whole right hand side plus whole right hand side. That is called as adding equation 1 and 2. Adding equation 1 and 2. Same logic, my dear students. When you apply adjacent angle property in one side, you are getting one equation. Apply adjacent angle property in second side, you will get second equation. And from these two equations, you are generating the third equation. Now when you are doing this, see here ROP is 90 degree. ROQ also is 90 degree. So this will cancel out. I'll show you this, don't worry about that. You have to see what is there which you have got, and this will be angle QoS minus angle POS. That's all. It is coming, my dear students, it is already coming. See now what I am doing. I have understood that when I take 2 on this side, see I have thought this many things. I have thought, my dear students, when I was teaching you how I will get angle ROS ka equations, that time I got that there are 2 equations that are getting generated, because ROS can form angle adjacent angle pair in left hand side also, and ROS can form adjacent angle pairs on right hand side also. When it forms on left hand side, a different equation is generated. When it forms pair on right hand side, a different equation is generated. And because I have got 2 equations for ROS, and I can need 2, if I shift over here 2, I may need 2 angle ROS. So I am using that. Okay. So now proof. I have to form 2 angle ROS. So what I will do over here, see my dear students, again I am telling, don't get tired of drawing diagrams. One, you should learn to draw a dotted figure of the same question. Reason is quite simple. Now when you are using, where are you going to use? Angle ROS plus angle SOP. ROS plus SOP is equal to angle ROP. This you are going to use. That's why you will concentrate over here. Angle ROS plus angle SOP is going to be equal to angle ROP, which is 90 degree. Fine, but we will consider that afterwards. So what will you get? I want an expression for ROS. So angle SOP. Why I want an expression for ROS? Because I am trying to form my left hand side. Angle ROS is equal to angle ROP. Okay, this is angle ROP. This is equation 1. Now you will take another pair, P, Q, O, S, R. Now you will take, this is angle ROS, and you go towards right hand side, angle ROS plus angle ROQ will be equal to angle SOQ. Fine. So also angle ROS plus angle ROQ is equal to angle SOQ. This diagram can be shifted extremely on the right hand side. I am shifting it over here because I want you to be able to see the diagrams. That's why I have drawn over here. But actually you can just shift it on the right, extreme on the right edge. And they can be even more tiny. As you improve your skill of drawing diagrams, you will be able to draw tiny diagrams and yet clear to understand. Of course, these are for your sake. As long as you are able to trace them, understand them, more than sufficient. Okay. So this is what is being done, and then I want to frame angle ROS equation is equal to angle SOQ. This goes over there, angle minus angle ROQ. This is my equation number. Now what I will tell is that adding equation 1 and 2, I know now why I am going to add, because I will require 2 angle ROS. I am able to foresee afterwards what can happen. I will write over here adding equation 1 and 2. See, when I add equation, that means left hand side. What is left hand side? This whole is left hand side. Angle ROS. And here the left hand side is angle ROS. And equation number 1 and equation number 2. left hand side, left hand side. Now this is the right hand side, this whole equation, angle ROP minus angle SOP. Add this to angle SOQ minus angle RO. Okay, so now this will become angle ROS plus angle ROS will become 2 angle ROS. You understand, this is 1 over here, this is 1 over here, 1 plus 1 is 2, and these are the variable, so this will be copied once down. So I will have to open this bracket, angle ROP minus angle SOP plus angle SOQ minus angle RO. Now if you will pay attention, angle ROP and angle ROQ both are 90 degree. So this you can point this as 3, but since RO is perpendicular to PQ, this is given, therefore angle ROP is equal to angle ROQ is equal to 90 degree. Therefore from equation 3 we get, what do we get? 2 angle ROS. This will both get cancelled out, and then this is minus angle SOP plus angle SOQ, but I will write angle SOQ first. Angle SOQ minus angle SOP, that's all. This is 2 angle ROS, SOQ means QOS minus angle POS, only thing they have inverted. So now I will shift this 2 on the other side, angle ROS is equal to half of angle QOS minus angle POS. These 2 I shifted on the other side, I got half. SOQ I wrote QOS minus as it is POS, and that is what I want. See my dear students, understand each and every concept. Why I am doing a step, and that process of thinking you have to develop. When you develop this process of thinking, I will assure you 80 to 90% of all the questions based on to prove, you will be able to solve on your own. You will not need, even if suddenly a new question comes in front of you, still you will be able to solve the question if you develop this process of thinking. I repeat, what is the process of thinking? You have to concentrate on the left hand side or right hand side, whichever is shorter one. Here ROS is a shorter one. Sometimes they may give this over here and ROS over there. Sometimes you will not be able to, even if shorter one is there, you will not be able to frame that any, you will not be able to involve that shorter one in any property that you have learned. Vertically opposite angle, adjacent angles, you will not be able to frame. But then it may be possible that you will be able to frame for QoS, you will be able to frame for POS. Then frame for one side, QoS, POS, and subtract them, because here subtraction is being done. Frame for QoS, frame for POS, and subtract the two, because in the to prove they are being subtracted, and then automatically this should be formed. For that, first you have to know how to frame the equations for the angles that you are dealing with. How to frame the equations? So you should be able to know that angle is going to be involved in which type of property. ROS is going to easily frame an adjacent angle if you go on left hand side some different angle, if you go on right hand side a different equation of adjacent angle for same angle ROS. So that's why I took the 2, because then I properly saw it the figure that 2 I can take over here. So I framed both the equations, and ROS ka both the equations I framed 1 and 2, and I added them so that I get 2 angle ROS. This is my left hand side is completely formed. and then I have to concentrate on the right hand side. Afterwards, once I have framed this angle to angle ROS, means basically angle ROS, 2 will be shifted on the other side, I will get angle ROS. Once I have framed this equation, then I should see on the right hand side what is happening. I will see first to solve whichever are congruent, are they getting out, are they getting added, like terms, unlike terms. I have to see them and then go on solving. Here suddenly everything sat in its place. But sometimes even after solving, this will not be matching with this. You will get some different angle over here and some different angle is needed over there. So then again you will have to frame an equation with that unwanted angle. Frame equation for that unwanted angle and then substitute that equation in the place of this unwanted angle. That is a process. Once you understand this process, but keep on doing, my dear students, keep on solving things in, I assure you, not more than 21 problems. 21 problems you solve with this technique on your own. You may get wrong how many ever number of times. But in that 21 questions, even if 20 questions you got wrong every time, but you have to develop 3 questions you should solve, 1 question you should solve, correct it, see whether it is going right. 2 questions you should solve, second question, and then again see 3 questions wrong aa raha hai, aane do, jane do. Every time when you are solving questions you are getting wrong, no problem. But by the time you finish 21st question with this technique, afterwards you will hardly get anything wrong, my dear students, that I assure. This technique is very important. The process of thinking is main. So now this is done, question number 5. Now let us go to question number 6. What is this question number 6? It is given that angle XYZ is equal to 64 degrees. I will take this something. XYZ is equal to 64 degrees. Definitely it is a acute angle. X, Y, Z. And XY is produced to point P. Means whatever is XY, this is extended further to point P. That means this is a straight line. Angles in linear pair can be done. You just have to remember that. See, in previous example also, a straight line, angles in linear pair can be applied, but we never had to apply. We never needed angles in linear pair. Forget about that. But you should remember that these things can happen now. Draw a figure from the given information. This is drawn. If ray YQ bisects ZYP, YQ bisects ZYP, it is bisecting. That means this and 2 angles are congruent. Find angle XYQ, this we have to find. It is very simple, my dear students, no problem. See, this is 64 degree, you know. You have to find this angle. So basically when you will apply angles in linear pair over here, complete, then you will get this angle. This you will get. And because this QY is bisecting this angle, when you will divide that 2 angle, that means you will get these 2 angles separately. But they are asking you to find angle XYQ. XYQ will be afterwards this angle plus this angle will give you angle XYQ. Adjust an angle property and find angle reflex angle QYP. QYP का reflex angle, I will tell you that. That is no worry. Once you have got QYP and see, that is the process. See, these all things what you have to, what I am doing right now, what is happening, I am drawing, I am doing, and you are seeing, you are following that. What is more important is that these things that I am doing now before solving the question, you should be able to trace it like this. You should be able to draw this 664 degree, I will apply angles in linear pair and then I will get this. And then I will break that, divide them by 2, then I will get this and I will also get this. Then this, once I know this, then this is known, I will add the 2 and I will get this. This all things you will have to draw this. Okay, so now let's come to the question that we are going to solve. Of course, we will have to first draw the diagram and we know that diagram looks like this. We have traced it. Fine. This is P, Q, Z x, y. Fine. This is 64 degrees given to you. And remember, these both are congruent is also given to you because they are bisected. Fine. So now here what we will get in given angle XYZ is equal to 64 degrees, ray YQ angle fine. So now first what I'll do, as I told you that I will be applying angles in linear pair wala property over here. Okay, these all things I am doing only for you to understand that you have to draw this figure again and again, my dear students. You will come to know the importance of this only when you will keep on solving this and drawing this like this. Once you master the diagrams, the property of tracing diagrams, then you will come to know. This is one main thing, my dear student, that students usually get bored of this and they don't practice it. Now see here, what I am drawing this 64 degrees there. Now I am going to use angles in linear pair. Which part of the diagram are you going to use angle in linear pair? You know that this is bisected. So what I will do, this is the part I will be using angles in linear pair. So this is disturbing me. If I concentrate over here, it becomes slightly difficult. At present, you should think in this way only. So if I apply angles in linear pair over here, what do I get? Solution. See here, angle PYZ plus angle ZYP, ZY, and what is this? X is equal to 180 degree, right? Angle PYZ plus angle ZYX is equal to 180 degree. Reason? Angles in linear pair are supplementary. Fine. So now this is what, and angle PYZ you don't know, but this you know. Now 64 degree I will substitute on the shift on the other side. This will give 10 minus 4, 6, 7 minus 6, 1, 116 degree. This is angle PYZ. PYZ. Okay, fine. This I have got angle PYZ. PYZ how much I have got? 116 degree. But then QYZ, they are bisecting over here. Angle QYZ is equal to angle QYP will be half of this. This is basically, I will write the angle bisector property. Angle QYZ will be equal to angle, I will purposely write this, actually you can write only one. Angle QYZ is equal to angle QYP. Why I will write this like this? Because I am going to find the reflex of angle QYP. So I will be needing angle QYP also. That's why purposely I am writing over here. These both are equal to half of angle QYZ, QYP. These are half of PYZ. This angle PYZ is broken into two parts. Angle PYZ. Reason? Angle bisector property. This is the reason for that. Fine. So now this is done. Now I will write angle QYZ is equal to angle QYP will be half of, because PYZ is 616 degree from 1. 5s are 10, 8s are, this will be 58 degree. Therefore, angle QYZ is equal to angle QYP is equal to 58 degree. This is also 58 degree. This is also 58 degree. Now I can proceed to find angle QYX, because see, this is my P, this is my Q, this is my Z, this is my X, Y. This is QYX. QYX is equal to angle QYZ plus angle ZYX. And this I know it is 58 degree. This I know this is 64 degree. So QYZ plus ZYX will give me QYX. This is the property that I am going to use now. Okay. This is what I am going to use. Again, angle QYZ plus angle ZYX. QYZ ZYX is equal to angle QYX. Angle QYX. Reason is adjacent angles property. So here QYZ I know it is 58 degree plus therefore angle, if I add this 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 122 degree, hope 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, fine. This is angle QYX. Fine, 122 degree. Fine. This is done. So you have found angle QYX. Now reflex angle QYP. See, reflex angle, there are two methods of solving. Definitely. This is given. This is there. This is also there. This is not neat. This is P, this is Q, this is Z, this is X, and this is Y. Reflex angle QYP. Reflex angle QYP means the angle which is behind. That will be angle QYZ, which you have got 58 degree. ZYX, that also you have got, it is 64 degree. And this will be complete 180 degree. If I add all this, 58 degree, 64 degree, and this 180 degree, that will be nothing but angle reflex angle QYP. But one thing is there, when you know already a reflex angle of QYP, when you know angle QYP, if angle A is known to you, angle A is anything, 75 degree, then reflex angle A will be 360 minus 75 degree. 360 minus whatever is this. Supposing angle B is equal to 103 degree, then reflex angle B, same angle, reflex of angle B will be 360 minus 103 degree. That means if supposing angle Z is equal to X, something, some value X, then reflex angle Z will be 360 degree minus X, whatever is this. If angle P is equal to X square minus Y, then reflex angle P will be 360 degree minus X square minus Y, like this it will be. Are you getting my point? Whatever is this angle, uska reflex will be 360 degree minus that. So now because we know angle QYZ, we know angle QYP, See, that's why I purposely wrote over here. Both I wrote over here because we will be needing it that afterwards. We want to find reflex angle QIP. I know angle QIP. Now here, reflex angle QIP will be equal to 360 degree minus angle QIP. This is reflex angle property. Property of reflex angle. So this is then, therefore, reflex angle QIP will be 360 degree minus QIP is 58 degree from 2. Bus. If I subtract this 10 minus 8 will give me 2, 5 minus 5 will give me 0, 302 degree will be the answer of this. Just check if you are able to do. This you know it is 58 degree that you have got. 58 degree, 64 degree, and then this down will be 180 degree, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6 plus 6, 12 plus 8, 20, 2 plus 1, 302 degree. Fine, that is all. I hope you all are getting, my dear students. See, this whole chapter, actually whole 9th standard is very, very, very important. This will develop your thinking skill, and solve it how much ever you want. Again and again. Don't get bored of solving. And very important, whatever diagrams I am drawing, have the habit of drawing these diagrams. More and more you draw. See, you may be feeling that now I know this question very properly. I have understood this question. Why do I draw diagram? Still draw diagram. Never go forward without drawing diagrams. Drawing diagrams are your true friends. The more intense friendship you have with diagrams, more easy geometry will be for you. Why I am insisting that you should draw diagrams even when you know the question is that, the more you interact with the diagram, then suddenly tomorrow when there are complex diagrams with complex questions, at that time you will be comfortable drawing those diagrams and understanding those diagrams when they are at the complex level, because you have mastered this basic level of diagrams. Your mind is prepared to draw the diagrams of the complex levels also, dotted diagrams, and from that you will be able to trace those diagrams. For that mental state where you should be able to deal the complex diagrams, trace the complex diagrams, it is very necessary that these foundation level eligibility you should achieve, and that will be only by doing it again and again, drawing it again and again. Even when you are confident that you will be able to solve it without drawing diagrams, still you should draw it. It is just like calling your friend with you how many number of times you want. Morning you have met your friend in the class, you have met him, her, whatever it is, whoever it is, but still in the evening if you get chance to meet the friend of yours, you will definitely take that chance. You will not say that morning I have met, it's okay if I don't meet now. Similarly, even if you know that I can solve the question without drawing the diagram, without tracing the diagram like these dotted figures, still you should draw the dotted figures because you want to make that diagram your friend. Okay, my dear student. So I hope you are understanding the importance of diagrams. Take care, my dear students. Soon I will be loading this. Stay home, stay safe, and most importantly, stay happy. Love you all, my dear students. Love you all.